How to set New Year's resolutions as a new parent. The excitement and joy of a newborn in the family brings with it some heavy doses of reality. These include the challenges of keeping up with everyday tasks, the importance of being a positive parent, and the sheer lack of hours in the day. Fortunately, choosing a resolution can help you keep up with everything, and even remind you of how much fun it can be to be a new parent. Method 1: Choosing a productive and realistic resolution. 1. Commit to communicating what you need. Raising a newborn takes a lot of work, and it can be stressful at times. It's important to communicate your needs, including the tasks you could use help with, to your partner or others in your life. For instance, if you're feeling tired or frustrated, don't hesitate to say something like, "Honey, will you change the sheets in Cleopatra's crib this time?" Meanwhile, playfully take advantage of visitors too. For instance, charge one diaper change per baby cuddling session. Make sure friends and family are aware of your schedule and resting times, and let them know the best times to visit. You can even ask them to take over baby duty while you catch a quick rest. 2. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Sounds good, doesn't it? Well, make your resolution something you'll enjoy by making a point of getting enough sleep in the coming year. You'll be healthier, happier, and more productive. Work out a schedule with others in your household that allows you to get to bed earlier or stay in bed later if you're not getting enough sleep. True, you may not be able to sleep through the night with a newborn in the house. Accordingly, don't feel guilty about taking naps when someone else is in charge of watching the little one. Keep in mind that the first few months will likely be tiring as you adjust to having a newborn in your household. Just remind yourself that this is short-term and that baby's needs and schedules change every few months. 3. Exercise and take breaks from the baby. Self-care is extremely important, not only for your own sanity, but to help you be on your A game as a parent. Accordingly, make sure you're getting your heart rate up a couple times a week, and don't feel bad about the occasional glass of wine either, but be careful if you are nursing the baby. Even if you have to force yourself to take breaks, it's important to do so. A bit of downtime, and even some pampering, can prevent the feelings of burnout and resentment that sometimes accompany the chaos of raising a newborn. Just keep in mind that this will take some planning and organization, so set realistic expectations for the early months. 4. Reward yourself with a healthy, enjoyable resolution. For instance, keep in touch with the great outdoors. There's nothing like sunshine and fresh air to refresh both your body and your mind. Fortunately, getting your daily dose is as easy as a walk around the block. You can even keep 2 resolutions at once by exercising a bit outdoors. Even just 20 minutes outdoors every day will improve your mental health, and will help keep your skin and lungs happy too, not to mention the importance of self-care. Remember that it is fine to take your baby outside with you as long as you dress them appropriately for the weather. If the outdoors aren't your thing, find another healthy daily reward that you'll enjoy. The health component, of course, is as significant as the reward component. For instance, if your palate contains all of your pleasure cells, opt for your favorite cup of tea and a few minutes of quiet reading instead of a bowl of ice cream and an episode of SVU. 5. Be more specific, whatever the resolution. Maybe you already have a resolution in mind, and you're wondering about how to stick with it. The most important factor, make it more specific. For instance, I will be the best parent on the planet this year, doesn't mean anything in concrete terms. I will spend 10 minutes every day reading to my baby, on the other hand, sounds like something the world's greatest parent would probably do. 6. Don't commit to something you may not have time for. More to the point, lean towards resolutions you know you'll be able to work into your schedule. Pragmatically, it's not realistic to make a resolution that requires a sudden, significant, or unspecified time commitment. You'll be much more likely to stick with your resolution if you can work it into the regular flow of your day, and this is easier with shorter, more consistent time commitments. For instance, instead of committing to running a marathon this year, commit to going for at least a 30-minute run 5 days a week. If you can't fit in a run, then go for a quick walk around your neighborhood with your baby in an exercise stroller instead. This way, you won't wind up surprised by how much time it takes to train for a marathon. Method 2: Selecting a fun-oriented resolution. 1. Make some of those memories tangible. You know those thousands of baby photos you've been taking? Make it a resolution to select your favorites and print one off every month or so. Keep them all together in a photo album. Not only will you love the keepsake, your child will appreciate this immensely when they're your age. Try to keep this resolution going throughout their childhood. If you want, you can even plan and take a certain type of photo at regular intervals and keep these to visually catalog your baby's growth over time. 2. Start an annual time capsule. Speaking of tangible memories and New Year's resolutions, the new year may be a perfect time to collect a few items to store in a time capsule. While more of a long-term resolution than most, it will be incredibly rewarding for you and your child to crack open a box on some special day in the future with something in it from each year of your lives together. Consider planning on opening the capsule together on the last New Year's Day you share together before they move out of the house. The time will pass faster than you think. 3. Copy and record your baby's silly faces. See if you can rival the interesting facial expressions your baby is making. Try to do this once a day. Heck, this might even be a good opportunity for a selfie with your little one. Not only will these photos make especially good scrapbook material, you'll wind up bonding even more with your baby and relieving a bit of stress each day by keeping up with this resolution. 4. Keep a baby journal. Daily writing can be a therapeutic and rewarding resolution. Get a journal and commit to writing in it every day. You don't have to make long entries. The important thing is to add to the journal daily. Both you and your child will be extremely glad you did. For instance, Friday, January 13th, Jacoby pooped 13 times today. 13. 5. Read or sing to your baby regularly. Let's face it, the nursery rhymes you have memorized wore out their welcome pretty quick. Fortunately, it's the sound of your voice that matters to your baby, not the words you're saying. Especially when they're fresh out of the belly, sing them whatever you want. It's never too early to start them in on some Radiohead, for instance. Similarly, have you been missing the days when you'd wake up and read a couple of WikiHow articles to stay informed? Commit to keeping the tradition alive, just read them aloud so Bartholomew knows they're being raised by especially knowledgeable and capable adults. Method 3. Helping others in your life. Choose and keep resolutions. 1. Pick a family resolution. Opt for a shared baby-related resolution in particular. This can help you all stay on top of all the tasks associated with a newborn, as well as celebrate the new addition to the family. For instance, you could make it a resolution that everyone in the house feeds the baby at least once every day. 2. Have young children focus on their behavior. If you have other children in addition to your newborn, include them in your resolution-making plans. Preschool children in particular can be a handful, but are also ready to start working towards specific conceptual goals. For instance, you could talk to your young one about helping out more when you're caring for your newborn. By articulating a goal together, your young child is more likely to comply. Say something like, "Tommy, would you like to keep a New Year's resolution too?" Lead them to commit to a resolution like, "I will pay more attention to being quiet while my little brother is napping." 3. Give kids aged 5 to 12 more freedom to pick their own resolution. Children in elementary and middle school can also benefit from a resolution, especially if they are encouraged to pick their own. Since they will better comprehend what a resolution is, this is also a good way to instill good habits in your children, and even motivate you to stick with your own resolutions. If they aren't forthcoming with ideas, talk to them about different basic options that will make both of your lives easier. For instance, if they are slow to get up in the morning, see if you can get them to kick it into gear quicker in the morning. Whatever they can address themselves takes a potential task off your plate.